Saxophone Stomp is number 39 in the 60 for Sax book. Its predominant feature is this idea of accented notes, which is part of a group of three. So ba ba do ba da da ba do ba da da. If we do in 2, that's the effect you get, da ba do ba. If we're in 4/4, because it's a bit harder, you want to slow it down a little bit, ba ba do ba da ba da do ba da da. So the easiest way to approach this is just to appreciate the groove. If you took the notes in isolation, we have something like this. Let's say we play a B flat. You don't want to have to overthink it. In some ways, you just want to track the notes, but understand that you've got ba ba do ba do da 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 to play. So if you play it in the context of the piece, that's a style, and this is what will follow through for the first 6 lines of the music. Is that idea. Of note is that we have to hit that accent and fall away, and the 2 following notes have to be really quiet. You have to ghost them. Ba ba do ba da ba da. If you don't get that giant contrast, if you do not feel like you are playing loud then very soft, it's never going to sound that way to the audience. So you have to think absolute exaggeration, because only by then is there going to be a guarantee that the audience is going to hear that loud and that soft. Otherwise, it's going to the dynamic range is going to be very narrow, and it just won't sound as effective. So we're hitting it, we're falling away. Let's say we just take those notes away completely and just play the accent notes. Accented. So now we put them in again, the other notes, very quietly. Okay, so now I really am turning that volume right down. But you can hear that contrast, you can still hear those notes, but now it sounds a lot more effective. This theme of this rhythmic idea follows through in the second line. Oh, it's almost a repeat. Then the next line. It's not until we get to line 6 that we have a slightly different idea. We have some smooth notes. Suddenly they want to add some kind of musical contrast. We've gone from the accents, and now we have some smoothness. And then they bring in this kind of little bouncy staccato thing. Bum, 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 bum. So it's kind of created this kind of, I wouldn't say, it's cuteness in a way. So less heavy, more bouncy. Mixed in with a few tenutos, da ba ba ba, and then some smoothness. Back to the smooth. And then we back to the beginning. Ba-doo ba-da ba ba. And then we keep on going to the fine, and we've got this great little blow B flat at the end. Everyone struggles with that. Okay, so big stretch. Just try and get your jaw as low as you can. Gotta let that reed vibrate. It will probably go out of tune, but hey, you want to just get a nice big low note. If you're too tight, it will never come out low. If you have a saxophone that unfortunately just isn't quite closing those pads right because they've gone too hard over time, or they're just air escaping, yes, that note's going to be a really hard one to come out. But if you don't have any of those technical limitations and it's all embouchure, just make sure you let that revibrate, and it should work.